Angie, and you're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation.
Deontay's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So somebody sent me something in my DMs, and it just really surprised me. I couldn't believe it when I seen it. Elie Seckback, he put up a poll where he asked the boxing fans which fight are they most excited about. And he didn't even include arguably the biggest fight of the year, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. Now, before I go even further in explaining why this is so shocking to me, let me go ahead and first name the fighters that he listed in his poll. Pacquiao versus Spence, Joshua versus Usyk, Teofimo versus Loma 2, a fight that's not even close to being signed. And then he goes to Vergil Ortiz versus Mean Machine. And then he includes Franco versus Maloney 3. Now, no disrespect to these two fighters, but how do you put Maloney versus Franco on this list and not include Deontay Wilder? Now, the reason why this surprises me so much that Elie Seckback would do something like this is because right after Deontay Wilder did his press conference where he didn't even talk to the media, after that, Wilder did an exclusive interview with Elie Seckback. And this would make me think that Elie Seckback, he would appreciate that so much, he would make sure he includes Deontay Wilder's name on this list. Hell, even if Deontay Wilder was fighting against a complete bum, you would think that he would still be like, you know what, man, this man Deontay, he gave me an exclusive interview when he didn't talk to almost anyone there. Let me go ahead and at least include him on this list, even if he doesn't deserve to be on the list, right? Because that's what he obviously did with Franco versus Maloney. Elie is doing what all of old media is doing right now. Elie understood that if he would have added that fight to this list, there was a possibility that the majority of people would have voted on that fight as the one that they're most excited about. I always tell you guys, old media's plan is if we can't beat them or if they're too much of a threat, then we just try our best to ignore them completely. Because that's exactly what Elie just did. He ignored this fight completely because old media are in so much fear right now of Wilder beating Tyson Fury. I mean, I've even seen boxing writers, they're writing articles where they're saying, you know, the reason why they pulled out of the fight or the reason why Tyson Fury pulled out of the fight is because tickets weren't selling. That's the reason why they pulled out, because nobody wants to watch this fight. This is what boxing writers have been writing. That's the reason why, you know, the fight didn't go down, because no one wants to watch it. First of all, we know that's not true, because Wilder versus Fury, the press conference, it was the most anticipated press conference in the last 4 years since Floyd Mayweather had his press conference with Conor McGregor. That's how big this fight is. But let's just say, for argument's sake, it was true that the tickets weren't selling. Nobody wanted to buy this fight. It wouldn't matter, because Tyson Fury, he still has to take the fight regardless if it's the biggest fight of the year or if it's the least watched fight of the year. It doesn't change the fact that Tyson Fury has no choice, but to take the fight. This is not about ticket sales. This is an obligation. This is mandatory. Now, you know, when it comes to Elie, obviously, I could understand if he came out with this poll way before the judge ruled in Wilder's favor, and we didn't know if we were ever going to see Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder again. I could understand if Elie did a poll like this, not including Wilder then. But when you know that this fight already has a date, but yet you're including fights on your list where those two guys are not even fighting against each other, at least not now. Lopez versus Loma too. Lopez still has to get past Kambosos, and there's no guarantee he'll even get past Kambosos. There's not even a guarantee that he will agree to fight Lomachenko if he gets past Kambosos. So why put fantasy matches on the list when you have an actual fight that's taking place? And it's the biggest fight of the year. The two biggest fights of the year right now is Manny versus Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Those are the two biggest fights of the entire year. I'm telling you guys, old media does not want this fight to happen because there's too much of a chance of the wrong guy winning. There was another article that I read where the writer, he was basically blaming Deontay Wilder. He was making it sound like it was a bad thing when it comes to the fact that Wilder is hell-bent on fighting Tyson Fury. He was like basically complaining how Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder, he just wants to wait around to fight Tyson Fury. He could fight other fighters instead. Why doesn't he just go after a Dillian White or this fighter or that fighter? This is what a writer is saying when he knows how hard Deontay Wilder has fought to get this third fight with Tyson Fury. And now you got boxing writers saying, why doesn't he basically leave Tyson Fury alone and go fight someone else? That's what he's basically saying. Leave our Tyson Fury alone. Why don't you go pick on someone else? Old media, these guys are really, really hoping that this fight doesn't happen. But unfortunately for you guys that feel this way, it's going to go down. It's still going to go down. And there ain't really nothing you guys can do to stop it. The only person who can stop it from going down is Tyson Fury. And even if he did pull out completely and decided to retire or something crazy like that, the backlash will be unbearable. So Tyson really has no choice but to do the right thing. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. Contact them at 704-499-3471 and make sure you follow them on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elie Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.